Check 1, 2. Good evening, everybody. Welcome along to round 4 of the Global Racing League here at Austria in the mountains that surround Spielberg. Just waiting for everybody to load in. Hopefully it won't be too long. Everyone is underway for their laps. One shot qualifying. Positions are changing all the time. Tom, the owner of the server, or the owner of the league should I say, making progress already. Purple in the first sectors, Fazak in the racing point, just going a bit quicker so far. Right on board with him. Tom Pro slick down the order, Wreck Diver. Potentially might get P1 here in the Haas, he does. 104.0, closely followed by Fazak behind with about 2 tenths off the pace there, but very close in qualifying. I'm just watching the things, there wasn't much to split them all there. Few got disqualified for track limits. So Wreck Diver is on pole, followed by Fazak. And his teammate Vitrocity in the Haas just behind on the second row. Maestro on the AlphaTauri bringing up the front 2 rows. Seems like the Haas and the racing points seem to be up there. Everyone else a little bit off the pace, but track limits do come into account. Hopefully you can hear me all nice and clearly, guys. It seems alright at my end, but you never know. It'll be a good race, this one. Interesting to see. Seems like quite an evenly matched league. It is a new league for me commentating, so I might have to get used to a few of the names. Hopefully it won't be too long before I do. Just waiting for the grid to load in. So there's actually different to the previous league I used to commentate on. There's a sprint race first, which is about to get underway. Lights out and away we go. Wreck Diver gets off the line well. Fazak just behind. Fazak's actually going to try and go down the inside into turn 1. Has a look, has to back out of it. There's a collision in the midfield involving a Renault and a few other cars. They'll just about get through turn 1 cleanly. I think it was RSK in the Red Bull that took the punt of that as they head up towards turn 3. A little bit of contact in the background. One of the Alpha Tauris has spun, and so is an Alfa Romeo in the background. They reset the track, but Maestro and Silent got caught up in that one as they made their way down towards turn 5. front three starting to break away. Wreck Divers pulled quite a nice gap to the peloton in the midfield that's forming up. Fazak just behind, Vitrocity only about a second further up the road. And Wreck Diver posts a 1:07.5, not bad from a standing start to be fair. Pretty quick lap to open this race with this 5-lap sprint race. Turn 2. Seems like there may have been another collision in the background. And RSK has got some front wing damage on the front of that Red Bull. Behind the sister team at the minute. Lights in the pit lane, and looks like a change of front wing for him. I'm not sure why you would be pitting otherwise in a 5-lap race, but silent. There's a bit of a scrap. We've got Tom in the Mercedes trying to get past AD in the Williams, and AD's actually got past NZ Pro in the other Mercedes. Bit of battling. Tom's going to look to try and get past his teammate. Can't make a move so far. He makes a dive into the last corner though and gets it stopped. And our race leader, Red, has got a 2-second penalty for multiple warnings. NZ Pro sweeps past Tom again, but Tom's going to get him back on the inside. It's a great racing between these two. This is bringing Silent and Maestro into play. This could be a 4-car battle over 7th place. Could this? NZ down the inside, touches his teammate. I know it's a sprint race, boys, but you've got to be calm. Silent's now going to try and go around the outside of NZ and gets it stopped and gets the move done. Great racing this. Looks like they've all got a bit of front wing damage. The AlphaTauri of Maestro sends it up the inside and gets it all wrong. All completely wrong and spins out. Apologies for my voice there. That's costly for Maestro. He needed to make the move, granted, but I think that was a bit too aggressive in what is quite a big race. Coming up, or following on from this. PMC in 4th, looking nice and steady. Now at the minute, Wreck Dive will not win this race, or this sprint race, because Fazak's within 2 seconds of him, so this could get interesting. Wreck needs to find some pace in that Haas from somewhere, otherwise he's going to lose this race. He's going to win the race on the road, but not in the steward's room. And he is starting to pull a gap. It is just slightly bigger than 2 seconds now. Not by much though. A couple of hundredths of tenths. A couple of hundredths of a second, should I say, really. He's still tight. Atrocity with DRS, however, is going to go down the inside. Is he going to get it stopped? He gets it stopped. But has to give way to Fazak. On board with Fazak, as Atrocity's going to have another go around the outside with DRS. Gets the inside for turn 5. Gets the job done. Now, Atrocity's on a penalty as well. I'm not sure how many. Let's see that when that flashed up on the bottom of the screen. Fazak. Oh, Wreck Diver's got a problem. He's going very, very slowly. Slows down on the last corner. Atrocity over the line. Well, over the line on the road. Fazak wins the race from Atrocity from PMC, who sneaked 3rd place out of Wreck Diver in the end due to going very slowly across the line. Paranoid's in fifth, sorry. AD's in sixth. Tom's in seventh. NZ's in eighth. Silence ninth. Maestro comes home in P10. It's just RSK to cross the line. And he comes. Gets home for P11. Gainful in the other racing point suffered quite a bit of front wing damage. He's going to come home P12, and the same for Light in the Renault. Got caught up in that incident in turn 1, cost him dear. Not a lot of them boys could have done about that. However, it's only a sprint race. Yeah, we'll get going for the next race. Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you very shortly for the sprint race, but we celebrate on the podium. A win for Racing Point in the sprint race. Very open grid, not much to separate each of them, to be honest. Should make it a very good feature race. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back everybody to the Global Racing League. Feature race about to get underway. Reverse grid, so the top 10 from the sprint race gets reversed. Which means Maestro in the AlphaTauri is on pole position for the main race. Should be a good one, should this? 50%. Pit stops are going to be a factor. It'll be interesting to see whether people try and do a one stop or a two stop. With the track being so short, you would think the one stop would be feasible, but you never know. Cars head off on the formation lap. It means Fazak, our sprint race winner, is down all the way down in P10. It's not the nicest, and there you go. The one stop is a possibility. Either soft to mediums or soft to hards, whichever one. Soft to mediums would be the gamble. There are quite a few people starting on medium tyres here. Let's get the tyres up. Yes, a Maestro, our pole sitter, is starting on the mediums, and Paranoid in the Ferrari is also starting on mediums. Everyone else going for the soft tyre. That's interesting. Considering the one stop, should be feasible on a set of softs. It's very strange why Maestro and Paranoid have decided to do that and start on the mediums. It could go the other way around potentially, do mediums to softs. You never know. The grid comes around to form up. Should be a good race this one though, like I say. Few cars at the back. It's getting formed up, ready to go. Should be a good one. You go to 5 red lights. And the lights are out, and away we go. Maestro gets a fairly decent start, sort of bogs down though. Silent goes up the inside, and NZ Pro might follow him through. He does. A little bit of contact in the background. I think that's cost Maestro some places. It has. He's dropped all the way down to P5. It could be P6 in a second. Wreck Diver in the Haas is alongside him as they make their way up towards turn 3. And a little bit of contact again. The Williams of AD getting a bit of front wing damage. A little bit of scrapping going on in the background. Tom's up to P2 in the Mercedes, and a big side from AD there in the Williams. More contact again with NZ Pro as they're all battling for position, and NZ Pro might go down the inside of Paranoid here. Not quite, almost thought about a move there. But Silent leads the way. It'll be interesting to see what happens behind him. Sorry about that, guys. The controller disconnected. They did say it was on low battery. It's okay now. And then again, he's going to go for an attack on AD. AD defending, trying to squeeze him. That is so tight as that. And down the inside, couldn't get the move done. The Silence continues to lead the way. And it's been an atrocious start from our pole sitter Maestro, but knocked out in turn 1. It's all the way down in P8 now. Some more battling going on behind. There's the Williams again of AD trying to get past NZ Pro, but just behind him there's a bit of a battle. Wreck Diver and PMC are going out side by side, all work. very close to each other. The ref is having a look. Can't get it done as of yet. Pit strategy not changed. No prediction in the weather. Rex going to go, have a look down the inside again, doesn't get it done. One of the Ferraris, PMC, goes wide in the background. And Rex is going to try and get past Paranoid. PMC and Maestro side by side, in fact 3 wide behind them. And there's contact in the background, and I think that was a huge accident. Is that Vitrocity, who was just not braked whatsoever and has gone into the back of his teammate and also Paranoid. Well, I think the stewards will have to look at that one after, because that looked a bit sinister to me. Very, very bad accident. And who's that in the wall? It's Gainful in the wall. Is that the exit of the last corner, isn't it? It is, yeah. So interesting to say the least. Tom, however, keeping it nice and smooth out front. NZ just behind. 80 going very, very wide out the last corner there. Could potentially get track limits for that. And Vitrocity is pitting. Well, that's not a surprise. But at the same time, it's his own fault, is that really? Didn't look like he even attempted to hit the brake pedal. We'll have to have a look back at that one. PMC goes down the inside of Silent. Silent is silently falling down the order. He's going to try and clamber his way back up though. Down the inside of PMC into turn 5. Doesn't get it stopped and goes wide and blocks RSK on the exit. Somehow they keep it together. RSK and Fasak in the background having a little scrap over P6. Fasak's going to try and get the cut back and RSK trampolines off Fazak's front wing. Maestro's had a little bit of a half spin in the background there. You just saw that on camera. A little bit of a wobble. Ends up pulling a nice gap to these two behind. PMC and AD. PMC down the inside. Now keeps it together. Switch positions. Maybe going to have a look back in. He's not, but Silent's going to have a dive up the inside and gets it done. That was very late on the brakes. Driving managed to get it turned in, to be fair. Great driving. Good effort. There's been a bit of an incident behind. It is RSK's involved. Tune 3, no safety car though. Tom heads down the back straight. And RSK's had another spin. Heading to the pit lane. Quite understandable really. After having a spin like that. Tom's still extending his lead at the front. 4.8 sorry is the gap now. And I think there's been an incident that has PMC has spun it coming round the final corner. Back on his way again. So Fazak, our sprint race winner, He's up into P5 now, made 5 positions. PNC almost half spins it again there. Tom's still extending his lead at the front. The gap is actually starting to even out a little bit now. It's sort of staying around 4.7, 4.8 seconds, so not really increasing or decreasing that much. And annoyingly, there's not really a battle on track at the minute, apart from Gainful catching on to the back of Atrocity. This is over the final points position of P10. Considering how his teammate's doing, Gainful needs to try and pull something out of the bag here. AD's now in the pits. A big lock up there from Gainful actually. And through 6 and 7, then into 8. AD has opted for the hard tyre on that Williams. The pit lane, he's just left the pit lane. Now this is going to get interesting. Gainful's got DRS up the hill. He's going to have a look. Up the inside, yep, sweeps around the inside, just about gets it stopped. Bit of a lock up. It's going to allow Atrocity to have another go with DRS. Gainful was trying to squeeze him a little bit there, you could see that. Lock up from Gainful again, might get the cut back here. Closest battle on track at the minute. On each other's bumper. And an even closer battle up the field now. Maestro's got DRS on Paranoid. Going up towards turn 3. He's going to have a look up the inside. Is he going to get it stopped? There's a bit of touching. Paranoid gets forced off track a little bit. On board with Maestro, is Paranoid going to have a look back? I think a gap maybe just a wee bit too big. It is. Just to back out of that one and move on. Meanwhile, Gainful's going to have another go at Atrocity. This time round the outside. And doesn't get it stopped. Forces himself off the track. That battle is disintegrated fairly quickly. And now Silent is trying to get past the Mercedes with DRS. He's going to try and get past NZ Pro, and there's contact, and NZ Pro's into the wall. I think he's got front wing damage. He has. There was a serious bit of contact there. I think the stewards will probably look at that one as well. I don't know whether NZ moved across slightly or Silent didn't judge it. Got it all wrong anyway. Gainful is off the track at turn 1. I think he's had some contact with Atrocity there because he was right on the tail of him. NZ Pro back on the rear end of Silent. Going to try and look for a move if he can. So far it has not pulled off during this race, and he needs to try and make something work. Contact about a lap ago will probably be looked at by the stewards, I would be guessing. Closest battle on track so far. NZ still can't find a way through. Trying to get the Mercedes back into a 1-2 position. Them guys have gone a long time on them soft tyres though. They've got nearly 11 laps on them soft tyres now. You would think pit stop will be due fairly soon. See if any go in anytime soon. The answer is no for now. That's 11 laps completed on them softs. And then Zed's still trying to make a move. He's going to have a look at the inside into T1. He's not going to get that one stopped. I think he... Oh, there's a spin! And Silence crashed! And his tyres popped off as well! It's a very big impact into the side wall. That's got to be a safety car surely, because right on the edge of the corner there, you would think if safety cars are on, and the virtual safety car has been deployed, right, so we have got a safety car. That is understandable for that one. Just not a full safety car, but looked like he just dropped it himself there and just spun out. The VSC is out. Gives NZ Pro some breathing space, but almost like Silent was spooked there by NZ Pro going off the track and rejoining so quickly. I think the stewards might take a look at that one as well, potentially. Got a pretty good view of it on stream anyway. We've gone green again, and RSK's just got a penalty for speeding under VSC. Dinfield's still in the pit lane there. He's going to get lapped by... He's been lapped by Tom. He's now been lapped by NZ Pro as well, so... They head up the hill. Being lapped by NZ Pro now. Meanwhile, Rick and AD are having a go at it. And Rick might have a look. Down into turn 5 here. We've got DRS late on the brakes. Gets it done. Is AD going to get a cut back? Almost. Just didn't quite get enough traction out the corner. Or PNC catching the back of this train either, so could turn into a nice little three-way battle this, if it develops into anything, which it could or it might not. You never know. For Zach, closing on to NZ Pro, our sprint race winner. Just trying to make a move here, and it'll be interesting to see where he goes with the move. I mean, these guys have been going a long time on them soft tyres, 13 laps. And soft tyres are going to be pretty cooked and destroyed in the next few laps. It wouldn't surprise me if somebody pits now. Try to get on the set of mediums to the end of the race. Well, Tom's done another lap. And NZ isn't. NZ is in. Which is about time, really. So that continues on for another lap. It's the mediums going on for NZ. Front wings on. And off he goes. Past the NZ's going to rejoin in P6, so it's going to be a tight one with the Williams. P6 for now. AD might have a go up into turn 3 though. He's going to have a look. He sends one. Gets it stopped. Contact on the exit though. Let's see. It's just about clean enough for me. Little bit of a touring car move there, but oh well. And Tom's in the pits after several laps. Bazak also pitting. And Tom is out, and I think Tom's going to get out in P1 here if he's quick about it. He is. Tom has done a long enough stint on them soft tyres to get out in P1 again. And he's got fresher tyres than Paranoid, who's still to pit. He started on mediums, and so did Maestro, so they won't be pitting until later on in the race, you would think. DRS for the Mercedes of NZ. We're going to look down the inside, and there's contact between the two of them. Looked like AD moved across there to me. NZ did get the move done, but then AD got the switch back and cut across him, and the wing came off. Zach is out of the pits anyway, into P7. Considering he started P10 on the grid, he's making some ground. Tom's still leading the way. Paranoid's not too far behind him, but that gap could close even closer sooner rather than later as well. Lap 17 out of 36 here. We're halfway through this race. Zach trying to make a move here on AD. So far so good by the looks of things. Zach will get DRS down the main straight. He's within the second, well within the second actually. It's what he needs to be. There goes DRS flap. AD goes defensive straight away. He's going to squeeze him. And oh, Fazak gets a bit of oversteer. Gives a big kick of oversteer. Just about saves it. Quite a good save was that, to be fair. We'll get DRS again. AD once again going defensive. Fazak has the inside line this time though. And gets the job done. Yeah, the topsy-turvy battle is this between the two of them. With these two battling, this is bringing NZ Pro just behind each play there. You can just see the Mercedes just there. Not a million miles away, and he's just dropped back a little bit. He's actually gone into the pits with NZ, that's why he was dropping back so severely. Gap just extending a little bit now. Fazak has got a bit of room to stretch his legs and chase after wreck in the Haas. AD still trying to keep up with him. I think that battle's probably fairly diffused, if I'm honest. Meanwhile, Light in the Renault is trying to catch up to Gainful just outside of DRS range this time. And still with no DRS to go with. Live to fight another day though. He's on fresher tyres than Gainful, but he's gone as the hard compound tyre rather than the mediums, so very interesting choice. Tom's still extending his lead at the front. ZenZ is now catching on to the back of PMC. Gap is shrinking. And he's actually got past PMC. I think PMC might be in ghost mode there. I think he is, so hence why the move was very easy for NZ. Moves him up a position though. It seems like all going well so far. I've got a yellow in sector 2, that's cleared. Maestro is into the pit lane. Gone an awful long way on them medium tyres. I'm assuming it'll be a soft tyre change. Yes it is. Onto the softs he goes. He'll be going to the end on them tyres. Trusty chasing down AD again. Closing the gap bit by bit. Over a second is the gap. Seems like the Haas is just struggling for a little bit of traction at the minute out of the corners. Paranoid is now coming in for his pit stop. And he'll be going to the soft compound tyre as well, you would think. He is. Trusty has DRS coming down on AD. Is he going to make a move? A bit too far back on this occasion. And Paranoid just spotted out just behind these guys. Head up the hill again. Trusty up the inside. Yep, nice move. DRS helped him out there. And he's going to get DRS down the hill as well. To edge that gap just a little bit further away. Board with AD, trying to catch up to the Trosty. And far. Ghostly is AFK'd as well, so he's out the race. Paranoid just behind these boys. He's going to send it up the inside of both of them. Oh, and that's made AD spin in the background. He's off the racetrack. And I think Paranoid's got the job done. Incredible. It was a very malicious move in malicious circumstances, but he's got it done, that's all that matters. But Trusty is going to try and fight back. Going down into turn 5 on board with Atrocity. He's going to have to live to fight another day. Meanwhile, Kazakh round the outside of Rek. In fact, Rek's going into the pit lane, so wasn't really a move as such, but gets the job done anyway. Back up into P2. 10 laps to go in this race. Is he capable of catching 22 seconds of Tom? Probably not. But stranger things have happened. I think Fazak needs to hope for a miracle, really, to catch up to Tom, who is absolutely flying at the front. You just see in the Trusty's rearview mirror there, Maestro is on his way, trying to catch up to him. So far not got very close. And the Trusty is actually trying to catch Paranoid at the same time, so this could become a tasty midfield battle. Slowly but surely. I think Tom's got this one in the bag, to be honest. I don't want to be the commentator's curse, but pulling a nice healthy gap so far. 23 seconds now. He's extending it by about a second a lap. The Trusty goes a bit wide. Maestro's going to get DRS up the hill. And sweeps around the outside. Gets it done before the corner as well. Good move, that. Trusty's going to have a go back here. Tries to go up the inside. A little bit of touching. Trusty's on very old hard tyres though. He's been on them hard tyres since lap 6 in the race. I'm not sure if he'll get to the end on them. Stranger things have happened. Trusty is trying to go as quick as he can. Wreck Diver does the fastest lap of the race, a 1:05.9. Pretty quick racing lap, to be fair. Trusty still trying to close that gap. It's getting a bit wider though. Meanwhile his teammate Wreck is trying to catch up to the back of AD, just slightly pulling out of range at the minute. Wreck made a mistake somewhere because he's pulled a lot out of range there. Wreck is actually into the pits along with AD, so now Wreck's only been on them tyres for a lap. So that's 2 laps, sorry, so it's a very interesting call. AD has been on them hard since lap 18, so I can understand why he's coming in. Looks like a nose change for Wreck. It seems like he's picked up some nose damage. That opens the field out again. Wreck comes out behind RSK, and he's going to have traffic to deal with at the minute. The race leader is coming through. Let's get out of the way sooner rather than later. RSK has got the race leader just behind him. to get out of the way fairly shortly. Often you get DRS as a race leader. The hill, 7 laps to go in this race. Tom's still up the hill, still trying to make his way through this field. Not really many battles on track, unfortunately, at the minute. So a little bit towards that dull end of the race. Closest right, Tom Fadlick is 22 seconds down the road. Quite a big gap. It's closing a little bit, but not by massive, really. Meanwhile, there is a battle starting to develop between Gainful and RSK. RSK gets a big tank slapper on coming out the last corner. Tom has actually gone into the pit lane there, and he's putting on a set of soft tyres. A very interesting call. I mean, he's got the gap to do it. It might be better to be on fresher tyres. Gainful with DRS round the outside. Gets it stopped and gets the move done. Really good move that. From Gainful. Sir Waffler's just put in the chat. Well, you're saying action. There was a bit of action there. Gainful, RSK, sorry, couldn't quite get it stopped. Been a bit of action. Silent had a spectacular crash out of the race in turn 1, which brought out a virtual safety car. But apart from that, there's been battles here, there and everywhere, and it's been an alright race, to be fair. A couple of incidents that might need to be looked at, but nothing too sinister, I would say. Meanwhile, AD is caught onto the back of NZ Pro. This could turn into an interesting battle. AD with DRS down the back straight. Let's see, he's chasing down NZ Pro, getting really close, these two. NZ just slightly crosses that white line, but the same AD does on the exit. This could get interesting. There's traffic ahead as well. Of Light in the Renault. Light gets out of the way. Allows this battle to continue. AD's going to have a look up into turn 1. He's got the inside line, and I think he's got the move done. He has. And we'll get DRS to pull away from NZ as well. So AD up to P6. Now this might not be over and done with yet, because NZ is going to get DRS going down this back straight. There goes the flap. Tom does a 1:04.9. Set the fastest lap of the race. Pretty good is that. That battle seems to have sort of deflated, and they didn't really get a run on AD there, which is a shame. Now Fazak has closed the gap down to 9 seconds. Which is quite an achievement. Tom did have a pit stop in that, but he was knocking it down quite a bit per lap, and it's still coming down now. I don't think knocking down 8 seconds in 3 laps is going to be a possibility, but unless Tom has a very serious mistake. And there is Tom, just a bit further up the road. Comes round. He's going to start lap 34 of this race out of 36. 3 to go. They're struggling to keep up with pace here with AD, really struggling to get some grip in that car. Still not closing. Comes on to the second to last lap, and to be honest, he's driven a pretty much spotless race today. Pretty much spotless in the feature race. Fazak just behind him. Superb drive really as well. Going from P10 on the grid after winning the sprint race. He's about to come round to start the final lap of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's been a spotless race from him. He's just got a little bit of traffic to contend with. I believe that's gainful in the racing point. It is. Blue flags are being shown. Around the outside for Tom. Not really any battle forming. There's a bit of a battle forming here on the last lap. And there's coming an attack from AD. We'll stick back to Tom as he's about to come round the last corner. And like I say, spotless race from him. Deserves everything. Tom wins the Austrian Grand Prix. He wins the feature race. Great drive from him. Good drive, Fazak. Driven a spotless 2 races to be fair. P1 and 2 for the weekend. That's going to be nice in the points. Maestro's going to come home for P3. Paranoid about to come home for P4 as well. Good drive for him in the Ferrari. And the Pro will come home for P5. It's not all said and done behind him though. Reckon AD as AD goes very, very wide. Has he kept it on the track? No, it's a huge accident. in the last corner for AD. That was a huge smash in the background. He went very, very wide, could not stop the car, and he's straight into the wall. Wow, that was a big impact. It's that man right there, Tom, on the top step of the podium. Fazak alongside him in second, and Maestro in third. Celebrate on the podium. Guys, thanks very much for watching today's race. Really appreciate your company, and we'll see you next time.